Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to go through the interior and how much I've got done inside of the Overland 1 project. Things are coming along really well. I've got a lot accomplished. I didn't video everything this weekend. I was just trying to get a lot done. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through and kind of give you an update of where everything stands. And we also changed a few locations on different things. Worked out really good in our favor. So here we go. Let's take a look. One main thing we got taken care of was the table, and this is actually a 1-inch thick piece of starboard, which it runs true color through the whole thing, which I kind of like. So if it gets scratched or something, you won't be able to see like a color difference. This stuff works a lot like wood, so all I had to do was cut it to size, and then I took a 3/16 round over bit and rounded over all the edges, made it nice and smooth. Great tabletop material. It's a lot like a cutting board, so it works really good as far as cleanup and kids, things like that. So got that done. Also got our telescopic pedestal on, and that works really well. The tabletop is a little heavy for it. It can't push the table up. You just have to help it a little bit, and then it lifts it up, and then you cam it over at whatever height you like. So tabletop was a big step. All right, we got the sink base installed. We also got the 4-drawer base installed. So with these two combined, makes 54 inches. They're each 27 wide. We're gonna do a nice 10-inch deep square 18 by 18 bar sink here. We will also have our main kitchen faucet here, as well as our drinking water faucet. So on this corner here will be strictly for drinking water, and that'll be run into our kegs. Rather than the rest of the water. And then this vanity has your standard doors up here. It's also got a drawer at the bottom, which I thought was kind of neat. Just trying to utilize as much space as we possibly can. And then of course we've just got standard 4 drawers over here. Thinking about doing a tile countertop with an aluminum brushed edge that's going to match the rest of the trim in here. And when I say tile, I mean one piece of tile for the whole countertop. And that's going to go for the shower as well. So maybe we'll move on to talking about that next. Also, got our thermofoil white upper cabinets in. Those were a lot of fun. And we got it done though, so it looks good. All right, so here we are standing in the shower toilet area. And the cool thing about this spot is I'm going to actually attempt to use single pieces of tile for each wall in this. So I found a material by Florida Tile. It's called Thinner 2.0, and the Thinner series is only 1/8 of an inch thick. It's a sheet tile. It's 39 inches wide, 111 inches tall, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. But it's 1/8 of an inch thick with a fiberglass reinforced backing on it, and that keeps the weight down to just over a pound per square foot, which is incredibly light for a tile. So I'm thinking that with this bathroom area, I'm going to be able to finish it out for around 110 pounds of weight to tile the bathroom, which I think is incredible. It's lighter than this board here. So that's the route we're going to go. We're going to take down the starboard in the bathroom. We're going to throw up the thinner tile using Schluter-Curdy shower kit and a linear trench drain. I'll definitely video all of that so you guys can see how that goes. And then some other cool things about this shower, and I'll turn it around so you can see, is first off, this area is going to be the linen closet. We've talked about that. This here is going to be a chase. So I've got like 15 inches between studs here, and this is where all my electronics are going to chase down through. They're going to come through this hole right here, which is then going to go around to my battery bank. And then viewed from the other side, we'll have up here for our main power. We'll have our generator to shore power controls here, and then all of our 120 volt and 12 volt breakers mounted there. And then of course there's yet to be a wall put in here. And this door is going to be very small, but hopefully it's not too uncomfortably small. It's going to measure about 16 to 17 inches when finished, but that's just the way it works. And then from there, so then we're going to have our power routed here, and then it'll come down, it'll run under this cabinet, which will run next to our hot water heater and our water tanks. And then once it gets under this floor here will have 600 amp hours of lithium power, the inverter, and the diesel heater. So all my electronics are going to be under this floor, and everything's going to come up around into this wall, and this wall is going to be our main brain, if you want to call it that, for the build. So it's falling together. Another cool thing that worked out in my favor is the microwave, which is supposed to go in the panel under the bed. However, my wife actually noticed that the microwave looked like it was roughly the same size as the two doors that were previously under the refrigerator. Well, turns out that it was the exact size opening required to mount this microwave, this little commercial microwave with the face frame. So we went ahead and we pulled the doors off and we installed the microwave here. Thought it looked really nice stacked like this, and it also saves us room in our underbed storage for larger items. So I think this was a good save. So speaking of underbed storage, this here is a hatch that I built. This will be under the mattress, and this is where we're going to store all of our bulk items. So I'll just open this up, and there's a clamp in there. Disregard the clamp. And this is where our kegs are going to mount. So we'll have two of those 5-gallon kegs, those Pepsi kegs. Those are going to be our potable water. And that kind of gives you an idea of just how big this area is. It's roughly 6 feet long and about just under 3 foot. It's about 2.5 foot high and about 2 foot wide. So this is a huge storage area for us for when we're traveling. So we're really excited about that. Moving along, we got some trim work done in the bedroom here, and primarily being this cover that I put on. This used to be where I cut the box in, so this was all exposed, and now I went ahead and wrapped this in starboard, and I did a 45-degree beveled piece of starboard up here just to trim it out. Same thing with back here. And then in this back corner is a 120 volt power supply. So this will be great for charging laptops, whatever you might do at the nighttime that requires 120 volts. Then, if we about face the camera, and readjust. This side is the closet. So we've got two doors here that open and close, and those will house our clothing. And then up here, there's a shelf and a 12-volt outlet for charging any electronics. All right, everyone, that's it for this week. Thank you for Thank you for liking and subscribing, which I know you've already done. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully next week we can get some wiring done, possibly. Maybe wiring up the 600 amp hour battery bank as well as the Magnum power inverter, and maybe getting some of our switchgear taken care of. So really looking forward to that. That's been something that's been on my mind for months now, and I've been doing a lot of research on, watching a lot of videos on, and hopefully I don't screw that up. So without further ado, this is Jeffco signing off with the Overland 1 build.